Hello, in this video we will show not only a new tool called Servicebot that represents the second generation of virtual attendants, but also a new approach on how using this virtual attendant technology with corporate focus. Our experience with these technologies started in 1993 with the creation of our first intelligent system, a module designed to solve problems using knowledge-based approach. Later, in 2004, we developed our first virtual assistant module. At this time, it was only an assistant. Nowadays, we have enhanced these initial algorithms and also included some new features that has transformed it into a new kind of tool. It's now not only an assistant but also an attendant. And what is the difference between an assistant and an attendant? We think that an assistant may represent any device that can respond to a speech command, and an attendant could represent a tool that can perform any of the tasks that a real attendant could do. During the last 5 years, we developed Servicebot as a new kind of virtual attendants. What this new approach leads we to? Now we can use our virtual attendant to do the screening tasks as matching the requests that a real attendant would do. So it's not a technology that could represent any risk to the already known multi-channel tools offered to your customers. More than this, it can be combined with your already known channels. The main risk on the personal channels now offered is depending on people, and these people could fail. They could fail because of their training, they could fail because of the stress they are suffering, they could fail because of any other reasons. Combining a virtual screening with these channels could reduce the QE problems, expand the shift of care delivered to your customers, and other benefits. Using a message interface, we can deliver a virtual channel to talking with your customers. But let's see some differences. Our virtual attendant, for example, could give you a different kind of good morning to each of your customers. You can train it to say a different good morning with different phrases in each conversation. It can also be integrated with your background systems. For example, you can ask for your customer ID, and with this information you can retrieve his name, his office name, and also ask the customer to confirm if this information are right. And to confirm this information, he can also type in his own phrase. Not only use predefined answers, but these predefined answers will be available as a virtual keyboard. Not only a text keyboard, but a phrase keyboard. What difference can we talk about when talking of first generation and second generation tools? The first of all is that first generation is intended to be question and answers oriented, while second generation tools are intended to use intelligent scripts to simulate how a conversation would be executed by a real attendant, and the virtual attendant would clone this conversation. So the main goal of first generation was to respond to a lot of questions, giving your customers answers to these questions, while the second generation, as Servicebot implements, stands for running a process, a business process. It started collecting information. He can analyze, decide, calculate, query, update, receive, prepare, and do any of the tasks that a real attendant could do. And that's the main feature that can attract your customer on using this kind of tool. They will not only receive answers that they can memorize on how to do things, but they will ask for a virtual attendant to do these things for him, and these tasks will be automatically done by this virtual attendant. What more about corporate focus? Let's see. This figure represents the complexity of a corporate environment. You can see that we have proprietary applications, we have corporate portals, ITSM tools, apps, ERPs, and the virtual assistant would be located in the middle of this environment. It could be the channel to your customers to achieve all these kind of resources. You can give your customers a virtual attendant that will talk with your proprietary applications, retrieve information from them, and present it to your customers throughout a conversation. Another important aspect of the corporate focus is that you have not only to offer a messaging chat, but you have to have traceability about your conversations. You have to know what kind of responses your customers had given. You have to know about which option they prefer on a kind of offering. You have to know what kind of data you have collected during these conversations, and you also have to produce new data with this collected data. Our virtual attendant can offer all these advantages. You can not only offer a messaging conversation environment to your customers, but you also can have all the traceability with this information. Two cases can be shown. Sage is the third ERP player on global market. After 1 year of Servicebot use, they had a growth of 500%. Virtual Attend had a retention of more than 75% of its conversations, which means that for each of 4 people that started a conversation with the robot, 3 of them completed the conversation without asking to talk to a real attendant. This caused a reduction of almost 50% on service phone attendant. But where can this technology be applied in a real case? Look at the left side of this figure. You can see that in a conventional environment, your technicians would be attached to execute the tasks of salutation, qualification, record of the demand, and the treatment of the demand. Let's suppose that each of these tasks could take 1 minute. You would waste 4 minutes to complete the 4 phases of the attendant. By using Servicebot in some of these tasks, you could optimize your attendant. Let's suppose that only the 3 first steps could be done by Servicebot. It could start saying a good morning, asking for some confirmation of data, qualifying the person information, checking for it at your background systems, and then go through step 2, where it could ask for the demand, look for some data about the equipment that is playing some difficulty, check this information, and then go to the 3rd phase, where it could generate a record of this attendance on your ITSM tool, for example. If only these 3 steps are done by the tool, you already have 3 minutes less wasted by your technicians with these tasks. Your technician maybe would waste only 1 more minute to end the process, giving the solution to your client. But let's suppose that Servicebot can do also the recommendation. It could, for example, give the information that the user was waiting, or it could do a schedule for a technician, or it could automate password changing for the user, and so on. So even this last minute could be automated, and your initial waste of 4 minutes to do this attendance could be optimized to 3 minutes, less time, or even 4 minutes less time wasted. So this technology could be applied to any of these areas, as our robot can decide, evaluate, check for information, compute, send messages, send emails, generate bills, integrate you with your background systems. You can do a lot of new things, not only answer to questions. But even if you want to answer some questions, it will help you, for sure. Thank you